So we will talk about soul plan. This is our fourth session. I will recap some of the things we talked about and how it is also linked to quantum physics. So it is taken from Robert Shaw's book, The Soul's Gift, which is the second book. First was Soul Plan, but this has both the elements are a little different. And of course, in combination with the quantum physics that we have been talking about. So just to recap, the goal and reward of true healing. What is it? So our goal as a soul, when we have incarnated in human form, is to fulfill some gaps in our journey towards nirvana. That means there are some emotions that the soul wants to pick, learn, improve the gap. That is the soul plan. And that's in every life, the soul may pick a couple of 2, 3, whatever. Not that everything has to be done in one life. And then this is how the soul is healing again in terms of energy, so that we feel joy, excited, divine feeling, not just for a day, not just for a week, but month and years to come. So the soul plan is such, the way we learn this, whether you can say the soul, human, it's through suffering. Now, this is kind of, I don't know, if you may wonder that why do we learn through suffering? Well, the soul goes through the learning curve. So you have to go through certain emotions to learn something. And it's not that always you have to learn the good thing, the laughter, the happiness. No. You have to learn both sides. So you have to go through emotions of sadness, pain as well. And that is why we may wonder that why I'm going through what we say, the tough time, suffering, but it's not suffering, it's learning for the soul. So the soul is trying to increase your energy, the human energy, what we call sometimes aura, but it's the human energy field. You are increasing the level, you are going from the low level to elevated emotions. What are the low level emotions? Pain, guilt, trauma, shame, tragedy, all those kind of things which are low level, and we are going towards higher level. Higher level is feeling of oneness, feeling of abundance, feeling of togetherness, divine happiness, true love, all those things. In this way, we are trying to get emotional independence. That means Aham Brahmasmi. Universe is inside me. I have all the powers. I have to acknowledge, I have to identify and make use of it for my goal towards nirvana. I will stop blaming everyone else around me for issues in my life. That is emotional independence. Because first thing what we do, oh, I'm late because traffic. Oh, I'm late because of weather. Or it's not me, it's my boss who's pressurizing me and creating stress in my life. We are trying to blame others for our issues. Once you have this clarity, emotional independence, you will stop doing that. And we identify and work on our false beliefs. We are trying to come out of it. Again, false beliefs means typically those low level energy feelings. So you look inside and you say, oh, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, because you have lack of self-esteem, self-respect. You have a guilt, shame. You have a feeling of lack that I will never have enough, say, relationship, wealth, success in life, my work. All those things are false belief that you have somehow accepted. I cannot do this, I cannot do that. And then you live in the feeling of lack. And this is what we are trying to overcome. Certain element, the soul has planned, okay, these 2 or 3 elements I'll work. A key part in that is your heart, because it connects to the brain through feelings, emotion. Brain will say 1 + 1, 2. Or brain will say, yeah, it makes sense. You are going point A to B. This is the shortest path. Go there. Heart may say, no, you go around. Why? Because my friends live in that and I want to meet my friend. It's a longer route, but I want to go through that route. That is your heart. Heart gives you emotions, feelings, love, all that happiness. So that is why it is so important to tap. Now, all this information is there in Akashic Record, which is a database, unfortunately. Not everybody can access, but there are people. Who are those people who can access? We may call them medium, channel, different names for this, but there are people who can talk to the spirit world. They can talk to the fifth dimension and so on and so forth. There are spirit, there are guides, which are kind of part of the soul family. Some souls incarnate and they are here on earth, and some are still up there in the universe. They do communicate, sometime in dreams, sometime in different ways. So these are the people who have connectivity. And there is a process of past life regression. If you want to go through it, there are different masters who do these courses. You may get hints, okay, what happened in my previous life? And then you may connect the dots that, okay, this is what happened. And that is why in this life, I'm going through this. Now, you are not erasing what happened in the previous life, but you will understand that why you need to learn certain things, emotions, or go through certain things in this life to fulfill that gap, that dream that soul has. So the soul plan is nothing but, it's not a question of good or bad plan or good feeling, bad feeling, because the gap is gap. We humans say, if you are happy, you say, I'm good. If you are sad, you will say, oh, it's a bad day for me. But for soul, there is no good or bad. You are happy, you are learning one element. You are sad, you are learning the other element. For soul, it's just learning, no good or bad. So we have to take things as it comes in terms of our enlightenment. Then you will take it more welcomingly, doesn't matter what situation is coming in your life. Because ultimately, dear friends, we are all bundle of energy. So you have to overcome the fears, your ego. We all have the judgmental issue. And that has to be overcome. And what has to come? Unconditional love, compassion for each other, oneness. That is what really takes us to the next level. You have to accept all your flaws, move forward. Now, one may say, if there is a soul plan, everything is already written, why should I worry? Let me sit, relax. Life will take me wherever it is. No, there is a free will. What does free will means? Free will means you have a plan A, but the plan is not a straight line. It is like a process chart that if you do this, okay, next step will be C. You go to A to B, then C. But if you make a choice rather than A to B, your backup plan is go A to D, then next step will be E. So no guarantee you will go to C. Maybe you will never go to C. You may go to E, depending on you went through your first planning or the backup planning. Now, let's take as an example to understand what does this mean. So these are real examples from the book. People who, after going through these sessions, they knew it. So there are two souls. One, so the lady who says, I'm always listening to others. Everybody's telling me what to do. And then there is a male person who's saying that, hey, that in the previous life, I've always, I was telling others what to do. I never bothered about their feeling or whatever. So these souls, when they are, after the first life, they are planning. It's not like I end my human life today and the soul has to rebirth within next day. No, there's a huge gap, and that's where this whole planning process takes place. So this soul is talking to the other soul in the family of souls. Family of souls means you have at the same level, kind of, you have a family. They are all trying in the same level. Like you have a, say, bunch of students in grade 8. They're all grade 8ers. They're together. They're all individual, but they are together for a level. So they help each other. Now, one soul wants to learn how to be strong enough to say no and defend for yourself. Other wants to learn how to listen to others because you have been always so defensive. So they plan that, okay, you know what, I want to learn this, you want to learn this, let's plan, let's, have a kind of agreement that, okay, so agreement is at the age 30, we will meet, we will get married. I will learn this from you, you will learn this from me. That's how we pick our spouses. Similarly, you pick your parents, your siblings, your kids for a reason, to learn from each other. Now, this is original plan. I meet this person at age 30, I will learn and move on. What is the plan B? Plan B is what happened in the true life of this person, that age 27, 28, around 2, 3 years before that time when this person would have met the other person, somehow she got the energy and defended her boss who was very bullying. And she said to the boss that, no, enough is enough. You either deal with me or treat me the way I deserve, or I quit. She got that energy to defend for herself. And it was successful. The boss agreed, kind of thing, life goes on. Now she already learned this thing. So there was no need of getting married to this person, which was the original plan. So she got married to a different person, plan B, to learn something else. So that's what we mean free will. It's not that, okay, I sit and relax, whatever happens, happens. No, you do your work, learn as it comes, but everything is not written in stone. There are plan A, plan B. That's free will. Because challenges will come to your life. Challenges comes counter to your hope. For example, a person wanted to learn how to be, calm, peaceful, all that thing, cool kind of person. And where this person got birth? In a very chaotic family. The person was wondering, man, if my plan was to learn calmness and everything, why would I get, incarnated in a family which is chaotic? Nobody listens to anyone. Everybody goes in a different direction. Because life runs counter to your hope. If you want to learn calmness, you will get into the chaotic situation. Why? The reason for that is the way this planning works is there comes a situation which brings you to the awareness. You can say spirituality, you can say these concepts, whichever way. And then there is a point where you say, enough is enough, I surrender. We will see another example pertaining to this later. But in this family, in so much chaotic that the person said, okay, enough. Then you come towards wisdom. Then you learn the value of calmness, the value of, oneness and listening, the human values of understanding and appreciating each other and listening to each other, whether you say compassion or any other form. To bring or to make you understand its value, you are first put in a counter situation so that you appreciate more the value of that. It's like you have a lot of food around you, you are at home, you may not have the value for it. You do fasting one day and then you will see, you will be looking for food, or a day you are traveling, you don't have access to all the food of your choice. You have to eat whatever is available. If you are flying, you are traveling, whichever way, what is available. And then you say, I'm missing my home food. So it is only most of the time when we do not have what we want, we appreciate the value. So what happens is the purpose of the life is not to put you in any stress. Purpose of life is not to hurt you. The purpose of this whole soul plan, the challenges is to bring you to the fountain of wisdom, to bring you to that level of awareness that you can really see your inner child. You can hug, you can embrace that, yes, okay, whether it's challenging situation or what, you understand why, what is happening. And you can pick that, okay, I'm going through this tough situation because life is telling me that I should learn this. Same way, when you are in abundance, positive sides, be mindful, gratitude that, okay, you understand what is happening, but you have to learn. It's not always the bad thing which is teaching you, good thing is also teaching you. And then your peace will go up, your heart energy, your energy level in the body will go up because you are learning. You will look at the challenges as if they are the teacher. They are there to help you in going to the next grade in our journey towards nirvana. So this is important. Don't take it as a pain, take it as a help, as a learning curve. That brings us to karma, which is two things very critical to understand: lack and abundance. It comes as a balancing and then releasing karma. So balancing means In one life, you may be giving care to someone. In second life, you may be receiving care from the other person. So it's a balance thing. One life, you may be donating money. Other life, you may be receiving money from someone. Balancing. But if you keep balancing but don't release, it will keep coming back. What is releasing? Oh, I was donating money because I was fearful. I was going to the temple because I was fearful, not going from a true reason. So it depends, whatever you are doing, why you are doing. So yes, you donated and you received balance, but the fear is still inside you. When you incarnate, fear means energy. That comes with you. You have to release in order to say, yes, I have overcome this check mark in my soul plan. So when you overcome that fear, which is the bottom line of that experience, that karma, so balancing is done, but you have to release also. Another example, we can say that, okay, you are having a lot of flies in the house. You keep catching them and throwing them out, and again, the other one will come. And then you realize there is some, say, honey on the table, sugary thing, that is attracting all the flies. So now you wipe that honey, you cleaned it. Now there is no reason for flies to come. There is nothing for them. That is balancing versus releasing. Releasing means now you have cleaned the table. There is no honey left. There is no that issue left, which will draw those events in your life again and again. So healing is from what? Your low level emotions. In quantum physics, we talked about that how your thoughts actually creates everything in your life, right? Because it comes to the feelings, then comes emotion, then comes chemical in your body, whether positive or negative, whether you will have cortisol, stress, or whether you will have serotonin, melatonin, oxytocin, the positive ones. So what are you overcoming? Low level energies, what are they? Guilt, shame, pain, trauma, tragedy, all those kind of things. So this is what you are fulfilling. Now, another example of healing, a soul plan that, in this life, I will be just drowned with alcohol, means I will be alcoholic. Alcoholic, why? Why would you pick that? Because the person was so much into alcoholism that one day came back from work, finished all the, whatever alcohol in the house, and that was too much for the person. And then finally he gave up. He was in so much pain, he gave up and he said, enough is enough. That was the breaking point for him to come to the point, what we say, the fountain of wisdom, to the spirituality, to understanding the concept. And thereon he improved. So you come to a point where you start listening to these things, understanding these things. Unfortunately, life brings you one way or the other. And that is the reason we go through different emotions, pain, suffering, or whatever we may call them. One way of increasing our energy is helping others, service to others. There is a lot of opportunity to do volunteer work, whether you are putting your hours, whether you're donating in terms of money or some other resources, whatever that may be. It's a very good way because it is connected to your basic fundamental of humans. Compassion. Oneness is the true universal feeling. Universe is always towards bringing together, not separating anything. So that is why this is one very good way to really get into your soul and then come back. And then there are 3 levels of our souls we are trying to work on. Physical body, we know in this life will come, will go. What we are working on is the soul, the energy where you have gaps and all, and you are trying to fulfill. Soul has a plan to go from one level to the next. And this is what we are saying, the realm of becoming. You're working on it through experiences. And experience you only go through emotion. Emotions you only have when you are in human form. That is why we reincarnate in human form. Now, what will be the next level of soul? The spirit itself. You can say the God, the universe, Aham Brahmasmi, the universe, whatever you may call it. What is that? The realm of being, the wise, all love, oneness. So you are in a journey of becoming from soul self to the spirit self. How you are doing that? Through physical body, using the human experience, emotions. And that's what you mean. Doesn't matter what you say, there is no limit for the spirit self. So you may say, why I am planning for the suffering? Again, for fulfilling the gap. You cannot leave some gaps and say, I'm in grade 8, I will learn first 6 chapters and leave the other 3. or other 6. No, then you are missing out. You are not clearing level 8. You have to go the complete syllabus in a way. You can take that way. So what is ignorance and false belief? Ignorance includes the false belief. What are false beliefs? Something that you have as a habit, as emotions, as beliefs. Oh, I believe I can never be good in, say, sports. I believe I will be a never good a musician, or I'm never good in maths. I'm never good in studies. Nobody loves me. I'm alone. All those negative emotions that you have somehow logged in you, that's your belief. It's your belief system. You leave your house to work and I know the weather will be bad. I know, I'll be late. Always those negative things, which is pulling you down. That's a false belief. That's what you have to overcome. That's what you are trying to work on. You are going from all those negativity to oneness, to true love. Not that you have to go through suffering. The point is, how do you overcome them? We know these, Kama, Krodha, Moha, Maya, and all those things we know in the literature for thousands of years. Nothing has changed. Why? Because they are human related. So what happens? You have to experience positivity over and over again in order for you to learn and accept that, yes, I have overcome this. So if you have a feeling of that I am alone, nobody loves me, you have to experience love, not just once, over and over and over for your soul, for you to accept that, yes, I'm not alone, everybody loves me and I'm good and all that. At home, in neighborhood, in your workplace, relations around you, all those things. So this is one thing which is required for you to overcome false belief over and over. Now, you may be experiences the positivity, but your mind is locked in negativity and you are not acknowledging that people love you. So you will continue with the pain. That's why it is important to be aware of these facts and keep your mind, we say keep your ears and eyes open. Similarly here, you must acknowledge. Say you want to get 90%, today you are getting 60. In the next exam, you get 65, you are crying. Next exam, you got 70, you are crying. Another one, you get 80, but you are crying that you are failing. Are you really failing? Or you are not acknowledging that you are improving. You are on a positive slope. From 60, you went to 65, 70, 75, 80. It's a matter of time you will cross 90. So don't cry, enjoy. Appreciate, tap your back that, hey, you're patting my back. Why I'm patting my back? Because I'm improving. So don't keep crying and then you may give up someday and you lose all your work. That is ignorance and false belief. We all have to work. So acknowledge, masters, this is the very big thing, that after all the things you may slip back to zero. You may be doing meditation, everything, and you may say after 1 year that nothing is happening and I give up. Oh, you are so close to 90, but you failed to acknowledge that you have been improving from 60 to 65 to 70. So don't leave now, continue, but acknowledge and feel proud of it. And then when we do this, when we create such positive experience, we feel that, yes, I'm worthy. Everybody loves me. Life is full of fun, joy, not pain only. So you have to have this passage of time, repeated experience, which will reaffirm to you. It will affirm that now you are on the right path. But you have to keep your eyes and ears open. If you do not acknowledge, you will fail. So that is why knowing about these facts, working on it is so important, because that opens your eyes and ears. Otherwise, it's not a physical eyes and ears. It is your mind. It is your brain. It is the fact that you are ready to acknowledge. It is your belief again, because sometimes your false belief is like a wall and you don't know what you don't know. Simple. So that's why it's very important to know all that. Contrast, like we talked about, we learn through opposite thing in life. So we may feel that, oh my God, I'm going through this, like we talked about, right? The person is going through the craziness in the house to learn oneness, because in the contrast, you are really learning the value of the thing that you want to learn. Now, it may happen that you again, Aham Brahmasmi, you have everything in you. It's a question of of being aware. That's why you go through contrast in life, so that you come to a point where you are aware. And once you are aware, you will see the benefit. You will see the benefit because it will reach your personality. Personality means physical body. Now your physical body will see what your soul wants to see, feel, your brain, your heart. Now it is like a channel of energy which is flowing full speed. Now you will say, yes, I'm worthy, I'm happy, I'm enjoying my life. Life is beautiful. Yes, there are challenges, but that is part of my learning. You will come to a positivity side. Every negative thing you will see as positive, that, okay, this thing happened with my life. Why? I met with an accident. Why? What is it telling me? Oh, it is telling me I have to slow down. You know, I'm running like a monkey here, there, everywhere without spending time with my family, my this, my that, whatever. Everybody will have a different story, but at least you will understand the story. You will take a pause and you will understand what these challenges are trying to tell you. Suffering is not necessary, but it is necessary to bring you to the point. Life is not bringing you suffering or pain. They don't want to hurt you. That's not the point. The point is awakening. How do you awaken soul? Awaken through experience. So, masters, pre-birth planning process is all about awakening. It brings you to a point where you learn certain things. You fulfill that, you move on to the other. So like we talked about the example of two, the one soul who was always giving up to the wishes of other, the other one who was always telling others what to do. They planned to that, okay, we'll get married, this is this age, and we learn from each other. This is pre-birth planning. Remember the free will, you may not. That means you have an option A, option B, option C. Now, beating the life challenges does not mean you just say, I'm beating this, or I'm, you keep talking about the problems or challenges. Remember, quantum physics, what you talk, what you think the whole day is what the universe will give you. So if you keep talking about your disease, your issues in life, guess what you will get in your life? More disease, more issues, more pain, more suffering. And you will wonder, I am doing meditation, but nothing is happening. Yeah, because the whole day you're talking about negativity. Talk about positivity and understand these negativity, what you take as negativity is indication, is messages from universe to kind of shift your path. GPS is telling you, make a U-turn, you have made a wrong turn. You don't listen to GPS, guess what? You will keep deviating from your life path. And life will bring bigger and bigger obstacle in front of you so that you make a U-turn. That's how the life plan works. And then you ask why? That why something is happening to me, why I don't have this answer, why when I'm born not aware of everything. Well, if you're aware of everything, then what will you learn? Nothing. It's an open book. So life does not give you everything when you're born that, okay, this is your plan A, this is your plan B, this is your plan C. You will learn nothing. But if you understand the concept, then it will help you to understand what is happening, why it is happening, what is there for me to learn, because it is different for every different individual. You have to look in your story yourself. So dear masters, this was the continuation of our topic. I'll stop the recording here.